know it's like, whoa.
Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel Algorithm Pod. My name is Jitesh. So here I am with a new video regarding cryptography and network security. So let's jump right into it. So in this video we are going to discuss block cipher operation mode, the kinds of modes in which the block cipher algorithm works. So there are basically four modes in which the block cipher operations are performed. So first one is electronic code block method, ECB, Cipher blockchaining method, CBC, Cipher feedback method, CFM, and CM counter mode. So in this video we will going to explore each and every one of them. So let's jump right into it. Now the first one is ECB, electronic code block method. Though this is the easiest mode of functioning. Why so? Because in each block an encryption and decryption is performed. It is performed directly basically. Direct encryption of each plain text and output is of the form of block cipher text. Now as you can see here, there are no other operations performed during encryption or decryption. Let me write it very clearly. This is encryption and this is decryption. Now here as we can see, there are total n blocks over here, and in each block a cipher text is generated with the help of plain text and key. This is the time at first instance of time, second instance of time, and n instance of time. These are basically, there are no other operations, so that is why it is called the simplest mode of functioning of block cipher. Now the second one is CBC, Cipher blockchaining method. So in this one there is an initial vector. Encryption is obviously performed using plain text and key. Each round the plain text is split into a couple of blocks, and each block is performed encryption using a specific key. Now here in encryption process we have plain text and we are performing an XOR operation we are combining basically, sorry, not XOR, we are combining this with initial vector, and we are using this output as an input to the encryption algorithm, and we are performing encryption with the help of key and obtaining the cipher text. Now this cipher text is passed in place of initial vector for the next round. We are performing the same operation here. In this case we have done initial vector because this is the first round. In first round we have used initial vector to perform this operation. Now in place of initial vector, the output cipher key cipher text from the previous round is used as an input here to perform the encryption to further generate cipher text. This increases somewhat complexity. Earlier electronic code block method was the simplest one. Each round is performing cipher text individually, and at the end we will obtain the final cipher text like this. Same goes for decryption as well. If you see this diagram you can understand it, you can remember it pretty easily. You just need to elaborate on your own words. Now the third mode of operation is cipher feedback method. Now this is also similar to the previous one, cipher blockchaining method. Here also a cipher text is given as a feedback, but we are performing some couple of changes over here. What are those couple of changes? We are performing with the help of, there are three things basically which has to be taken into consideration: initial values, output bits, and the on left bits. There are three steps, sorry. There are three steps which are need to be performed in the cipher feedback method. There is initial vector and the output bits. In output bits they are split into two parts: S bits. S bits stands for selected bits, and BS bits are discarded bits. Now let's see what happens at the end of each round. So we have initial vector. Here also we have initial vector. We are performing this encryption operation with the help of key on the initial vector. Now we are obtaining some text, some block actually. Now we are splitting this block into two parts, S bits and BS bits, selected and discarded bits. Now on this bits we are performing XOR operation. XOR operation on the left bits as mentioned here. On the left bits we are performing XOR operation and we are obtaining this ciphertext. Now once we obtain this ciphertext, we are using this as an initial vector to perform the shift operation with the help of shift register on the discarded bits to further encrypt our text. So for to make it more complex, we are performing shift operation. Then after further we are further encrypting this thing to obtain a new set of S bits and BS bits. Then further these steps are repeated towards the next block, next couple of rounds, and after the end of the rounds we can obtain the ciphertext. Now the fourth mode of operation is counter mode block cipher. Now in this, every encryption, every plain text is divided and given to a particular counter as an input. As we know, the plain text has blocks, couple of blocks. These individual blocks are given to each counter, and each counter has a value, has an initial value, and using that initial value and the key, the encryption are performed. Then after generating this output, we are performing XOR operation between the output and our plain text block to generate our ciphertext. Now this happens at all other counters. A combination gives us our ciphertext. Each counter has a different value, so based on different values, different operations of different outputs we are getting. Based on different outputs, XOR operations are performed between plain text and those outputs at the end of each counter. So that's it guys for this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, make sure to like this video, hit the bell icon for notifications. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.